The Salvation Army has saved my life. Christ has saved my life through the Salvation Army. I've been using drugs and alcohol for a while, and I wasn't able to stop. I got to a point in my life where no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't able to stop. It was affecting my life, it was affecting my relationships, my family, and I knew that if I didn't do something, things were going to get bad real quick. Worse. I came to realize that if I didn't do something about my problem, that I was going to die. I was involved in a car accident. I was in a blackout. When I came to, I was in a helicopter, and I was being airlifted to the local hospital. I arrived there with a broken neck, and I don't remember a thing. 4 months after that, I received a DUI and a possession charge, and that was my final moment. I ended up at a local detox center, and I knew then that I was finished, I was done. The problem was, though, is that I wasn't sure what I was going to do from there. I was there for about 11 days, and I got a little bit of guidance, but once I left there, I was completely lost. I didn't know how to act, I didn't know how to live, I didn't know what I was going to do, without using. I didn't know anything about the Salvation Army other than the thrift stores. I knew that it was a long-term program, and I knew that it was a women's facility, so I decided that I would give it a try. When I walked into the Salvation Army, the Adult Rehab Center here in Syracuse, I was welcomed with open arms. However, being new and being scared and not knowing what to expect, immediately the next day I was questioning myself. I wasn't sure whether I was in the right place or not. Work therapy wasn't too bad. It was a little rough, because I wasn't in the working world. My addiction had taken that from me as well. But it wasn't too bad. I'll tell you what, I did feel shortly after that I was in the right place. I knew that the people here had my best interests at heart. One of my most memorable moments was walking through the chapel. I remember coming in the chapel for the first time, and I remember admiring this big cross that we have sitting right in the middle, and over to one side there's a window pane that says, "Where the healing begins," and that touched me. On the other side, there's scripture from Jeremiah 29:11 that says that God has a plan for us, a plan for hope and a plan for a future, and not to harm us, but only to make us well. That also had a big impact. So what was kind of cool was that every morning at devotions, we come in, and that's the first thing that we see. And that's the first thing that I started paying attention to. When I first got to the Salvation Army, the Adult Rehab Center here in Syracuse, my intention was to complete the program and then go back home. I never had a thought that I would be here after completing the program. I went from wanting to leave to wanting to stay. It became very clear that I needed to pay back what was so freely given to me. And after completing the program, I was offered a job. Like I said, I'm the resident manager here, and I get the pleasure of guiding my brothers and sisters here throughout the day. It's not an easy job, but but I enjoy doing what I do because I have tremendous love for them. I want everybody to feel, to get this. I want their lives to be saved. You know, knowing that the rules have to be followed, you know, that's the tricky part. But I'm not going to forget where I came from. I'm not going to forget how broken I was when I got here. I am not going to forget that I had no hope. I'm not going to forget any of those things. But I also want to be that example that things do get better. Just got to give it a chance. The Salvation Army has saved my life. Christ has saved my life through the Salvation Army.